Welcome back to The League Has Spoken, episode 9, bottoms up, bottoms up. Let me see your cup. It's week 7 in the recap. Every week I say this, and every week I regret that we're 2 numbers ahead. It always screws us up. But welcome back to the show. I'm here. My co-host Bree is back with a very topical background. Don't say what it is, though. Make people have to watch the video.
Heard.
It's chickens. I'll spoil it. And Kyla's back.
What up? What up?
Kyla, I think you are now the most featured guest on the show.
Hmm.
Wow.
I think, depending on how you count it, because I was thinking about this earlier.
Oh,
Mikey's done 2,
Hmm.
right? Um, I think actually, well, Bree's a co-host, so I don't really count her. Um,
oh, okay.
my mom has contributed 3 weeks, but she won't come on the show. So I don't know if you can count her. And
What about
Mulcahy,
Megan?
What about
Hasn't she done
Megan?
3?
uh, we have to brainstorm. So Megan jumped on in the second episode. She did the last week with me.
And then she did the week I was there, right?
Did she do one with you?
Megan
I
and
don't
I are
know.
even.
I don't know.
I
Mm,
don't know. I don't know.
and I don't know. I could look it up, but I won't. Mulcahy did the first one, and he did that week that I proposed, and I made him do the bonus content. So he's been on
Ooh.
a version of the show 3 times, but I don't know if you
Okay.
count
Okay.
his bonus content.
Well,
Eh,
everybody's
I think
aware.
we do.
Yeah, anyway, Kyla's here, so we'll say Kyla's our most favorite of the favorites. So
Ooh.
let's dive into it. Let's not waste any more time. We're talking about episode 7 of season 49, titled Blood Will Be Drawn, said by Rizzo, which we'll get into. Let's throw up the spoiler warning now. So this week starts the recap of the last few episodes yet again, which basically just focuses on this original red, original yellow war. If you haven't been watching it, uh, they haven't stopped talking about it in the show. Every week is like, it's gonna be a bloodbath, it's gonna be a bloodbath, and yet nothing really happens until this week. And the major kind of move in this war was that last week Shannon was voted out. The power of the waves and the energy force of the crab or whatever couldn't save her. And that leaves Juwan, Sage, and Steven, uh, an oddball trio, uh, on a tribe of 3,
Mhm.
in which they call themselves the Bottoms Up Alliance.
And we are
Now,
given no indication as to where that name
Why?
came from.
nope,
I'm guessing SpongeBob, but isn't that a SpongeBob thing?
Like Bikini Bottom?
I don't know.
you're talking to a SpongeBob aficionado right now, and I'm not really
What
sure where
about,
you're going.
I know,
Well, Google bottoms up SpongeBob. You get some games popping up. All I have to say is there's an Amazon game called Bottoms Up, Jokes from Bikini Bottom.
okay. I was thinking of, I know it's already been introduced in the intro, but I was thinking of bottoms up, bottoms up.
Yeah, but that's not really
Mm,
a Sage and Steven kind of thing.
absolutely
No.
not. And that's why I think SpongeBob is
It's
more in line.
possible. Who knows? But the end result of that conversation they're having at nighttime after they vote out Shannon is
Hmm.
that they're all going to have to rely on Sage's acting skills, which ends up working out, but not a strong like poker face. Feel free to anyone to respond.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to jump in because I knew we were gonna go through like the whole thing, but I did have thoughts. Like the first time, do you want me to jump in, Pat, on when she actually
Uh,
talks to them?
yeah, yeah. Well, let's do the intro clip. So it is
Okay.
time once again for a new shortened, not going to get me copyright stricken, hopefully, edition of Boat.
God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay wait. Everybody calm down. No.
Right, vote comes and it's merge time, and I don't want to talk about this. I want Kyla to do it. So Kyla, go ahead.
Okay, so all the teams are going to go, of course, to our favorite beach, the Blue Beach. Of
Hmm.
course, they're going to make them go to the most cursed beach of them all, where the bottom up alliance is waiting. And of course, everyone's arriving and hugging. The red and yellow tribes are seeing each other again. The little blues that are floating around are hugging too. And the bottoms up alliance, you just see them in the woods being very awkward
Hmm.
and they're listening. How long are you going to listen to them before you step out? Finally, they decide to walk down onto the beach and also begin hugging. And then, of course, they have to sit down and talk about Shannon's not there. So I was going to say earlier that the first time I watched, because I just rewatched in preparation of this podcast, and the first time I watched, I thought that Sage did a terrible job acting. But the second time I watched, I was not as irritated by her acting, and instead all my attention was on Jawan and how he almost blew the whole thing because of how he was smiling and like he's just bad. So I think if they overall can keep Jawan in the background, they might be able to
Hmm.
get away with more here. But
Hmm.
honestly, he was on the verge of really ruining kind of the play there.
Was that the
Um,
scene when he was on sitting on like the wood log and he was like,
yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
yeah, she was crazy. Like it just was a little
too much?
that was a
too
pretty good Juan
much.
impression, actually.
Why, thank you. And then, of course, Savannah begins talking to Sage about how she forgives her. It's okay. She still wants to work with her. And this is when we really begin to see kind of Sage in the background, being very clear about her feelings around Savannah and
Hmm. Hmm.
very
It's like she
blank.
got rid of one person and she's like, I'm gonna get rid of everyone now. She
She
doesn't know what to do
she's
with herself.
She's the person in high school that was the outcast that is now out for revenge. That's how it
Hmm.
feels to me.
Hmm.
And I think she's bringing Jawan with her. And of course, now they have Steven in the mix too. So,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, she had like a cutaway where she was like, "You're next." I feel like
oh
she wanted to
yeah,
say, "You're next, bitch," but
yeah.
they didn't
And
say
this
that on
does go
CBS.
on to be a theme throughout the rest of the episode, right? With
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Sage
Hmm.
directing towards Savannah, um,
And
rightfully so.
I want to say that I think Sage says something about like I can tell how fake Savannah's being. I I think that's just how she is. I actually don't think Savannah was being fake. I think she just has unbelievably intense eyes. As we'll talk about, some of
Hmm.
them get a little wider when she gets an opportunity to get near Bree's background, but I actually don't think Savannah was like lying to her.
I don't think she was either, but I do think what Sage said was correct.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like
She's just using
Savannah,
her for a number. She's like, "This girl's helpful to me. I don't." She doesn't care about her.
yeah, yeah, exactly. She's honest about her intention, but maybe not the reason.
yeah,
Hmm.
I agree with that.
All right, so what's next?
Um,
Where do we go now?
well, I wanted to say that
Oh,
the
sorry.
last few weeks I've been like I wouldn't say pro Sage, but I've been hyping her up a little bit. I've been like, you know what? Maybe she's not that weird. She's great to watch. When she targets Savannah, I think out loud, Bria to stop me. I was like, now she's got to die. I can't have her coming after my team member. I know everyone this episode hates Savannah. It's like the hate Savannah episode. Everyone sees her for actually who she is, which is fair. But because I have her on my team, I have to defend her to the end. Do we all have Savannah on our team,
Yeah.
actually?
Yes, so actually us three have two of the same people.
Hmm.
All three of us have
Yeah.
Alex and Savannah.
Yeah, but Alex
So
basically wasn't in this episode, so this is the pro Savannah defend Savannah podcast against all the
I
And
will
hate she got
listen,
this week.
I will say I still like Sage though. I want her to stop
Yeah,
going after Savannah, but I really enjoyed her this episode, just in general, and the drama.
and I
But
will say I want Savannah to do well. Of course, she's on my team, but there are times she takes it too far, I think, with some of her. She kind of has moments where she's a little too much for me. So,
I agree with
there
I will
was
that.
a
say that.
moment later in the episode that
Yes,
was too much.
and I'll say
Two,
this:
actually.
if I didn't have her on my team, or if we weren't even playing this game, I was just watching this like a normal human being, I would think this is awesome. Um, but I don't want to
Hmm.
lose. So Savannah till I die. So
Right.
do we have anything to say about that, or should we keep moving?
That's it.
I think we
All
should
right.
keep moving.
All right,
There's
let's keep
more.
moving. So there's kind of a pre-Scrambo to continue to make fun of the way I speak. And another boat shows up, and they're like, "Hey, you have a challenge tomorrow. It's the first individual immunity challenge because you're all
Mhm.
obviously individuals now. We're no longer on a tribe." Uh,
Mhm.
and there's like an ill-defined challenge advantage for the next day. They're like, "You're gonna get if you complete this task, you're gonna get something. No one knows what it is, but
But it's gonna be good because whenever they do one where they like have a ready set start, it's always a good one.
right." So the task is that they've hidden like hundreds of keys throughout the jungle. Alexa,
Uh-oh.
stop. This is no, I'm gonna keep this part in. So because we've become
All right.
so professional, but go ahead, Brie. I'll explain it. We've become so professional on the show.
Now
Brie
it's
was
just
like, you know,
chicken.
yeah, now it's just chickens. Uh, because we've gotten so good at this, Brie was like, you know what would be a great challenge for you to have to edit around is I'm gonna start doing stretch and folds for a sourdough loaf that have to happen at very, if you don't know sourdough and you're in the league, this is such a specific subset of people. They have to happen at exact intervals. Otherwise, the whole process is ruined. So Brie started this, I don't know, 2 hours before we agreed to record. And so now I'm staring off. She's no longer in the loft. I'm looking at her. We're going to narrate the whole thing. Some of this will get cut out.
Stretching and
Stretching and
folding.
folding. Is this the last one?
Nope, there's one
This is
more.
going to have, so at some point, that's going to happen again. And it's just going to be me, Kyla, and these chickens.
That's right.
Do you want us to keep going while you do this? Oh, you're going to show the camera?
I think
There it is.
it's a good looking dough right there.
It
Um,
was.
I think we should
So
keep going while
yeah,
she's
let's
doing
keep
it.
going. So, where was I? So they hid all these keys throughout the jungle. I don't know how none of the contestants noticed just hundreds of keys. Because like they go to the water well, they go to the bathroom, they look for idols, and there's just keys hanging from every tree imaginable. And they have to run through the jungle, find a key, come back, try and unlock the chest. They can only do it one at a time, so you can't run around and grab like 10 keys. And only one key opens it. And of course, on the theme of Sage actually showing up to play the last few weeks, uh, she gets the advantage.
Wait, can I say something? Did you
Yes.
talk about how when they started this, Jawan was like falling all over himself and didn't even have
No,
shoes
I
on?
didn't.
Classic.
It was classic. I didn't say that.
Classic.
He
I
was
was
like,
like,
"Oh,
wait, everyone pause.
It's
let
like
me get started."
the time to do that would have been when Savannah was like, "All right, are we all ready to start this?"
She read that thing for God few minutes. He should have been gearing up. And then I also have a note. I thought it was just funny where Stephen was like,
Ooh.
everyone wants to dance with the hot girl at the party. I just didn't
Yeah,
expect
ew.
that to come from him.
Ew.
What was that even about?
Like everyone wants to eat it. He was using an analogy that is mildly uncomfortable and unneeded to describe that people want an advantage at a challenge. As
Yeah,
if it
Ah,
were
unnecessary.
maybe it's because he's been on the island for like 14 days, but he was like, no one at home's gonna really understand the gravity of what an advantage would be. I should explain this the worst way possible.
that it's the hot girl at the party.
And the
Yep, that
editors did him
everyone
no
wants to
favors
dance with.
because they could have just cut that out. But they're like, no, you said it. We're gonna put it on national TV. Um, Now I'm gonna be honest, it is at this point that I wanted to cut to our senior Sage correspondent.
Yeah.
But she said she had nothing to say about Sage this week.
Wow.
How?
So we can touch on this later during our game. But Heidi, we have no field reports today.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The
Is
field
she
is
upset
slacking.
about Sage's
No,
performance
no,
this
she was just
episode?
like, I don't really have anything to say about her.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll get back to that. But
Lost an hour on the clock, lost our senior stage correspondent. Lots happening
yeah,
this week.
yeah, I don't think that was related. But anyway, so we go back to the beach. Sage has an advantage that no one knows what it really does. Um, and this is where Old Red plans to target Segretti, and they want to pull in Alex. And my team at
Sophie
this point,
Segretti.
Yeah, Sophie Segretti. My
Okay, you guys
Most
got
people don't call her,
lingo.
yeah, most people don't
Yeah.
call her Segretti.
Well, we'll get to it at the reward challenge, but they had a whole conversation where later they were like, Jeff was like, "How do you want to handle this?" As if they haven't been able to handle it the previous 14 days. And they were like, "Well, we've been talking about blue Sophie and yellow Sophie." And he was like, "That's actually very clear." But he was like, "What if we said Soph and Sophie?" He's like, "That's worse." So last week I started calling them Belardi and Segretti. I'm gonna keep doing it. You call them what you want.
I like blue and yellow.
Yeah, I
All
do. I
right.
do too.
Well, yellow Segretti uh, becomes the target. Yellow Segretti becomes the target of the old Red Tribe, which at this point is Nate, Savannah, Rizzo, and then Sage and Juwan, but they're not really going along. They're kind of going along for the ride. They're committed to this bottoms up alliance, and they want to pull in Alex. And my team was in shambles this week. No one on my team is getting along. It's as if they didn't know that they were all drafted to Probst Malone.
Hmm.
Um,
What's your third?
I have Savannah, I have Alex, and Segretti.
Oh,
Yeah, this
that's
week was
tough.
a mess for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
so then
Yep.
if everyone just starts trying to actively backstab each other, it kind of starts to feel like old Survivor. Last year was everyone wait until a move just kind of happens and we're all gonna play and love each other. And this
Hmm.
year is like out for blood.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
and then we get to Bree's background. Bree, since this is your background, do you want to talk about this part? Savannah and the chickens.
This is not when
I
this
know, but I'm
happens.
I'm asking.
Oh,
No,
no.
Savannah is when it happens.
Do you want to talk about Savannah
Happens after the
killing this
reward
chicken?
when people are at the
No,
merge feast.
it happens before.
Really?
It happens
Hmm.
before because so I'll do it then. So Savannah, they're all on this beach, and Savannah is like, "Hey, so these chickens you guys got, can I get one?"
She's
Like
she's
she's
rattling off General Sal.
yeah, she's
Oh
naming
yeah,
them
she calls him General
General Tso,
Sal,
Teriyaki, and
Teriyaki.
I don't
I
remember
don't
the
know.
last one.
Nothing will ever top breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which was the original chickens from Survivor 1.
Yeah.
But so she's like eager to kill a chicken, and I get it because she's not been on any of the tribes with them, and she's like, I want real protein. And as an objective, like move in trying to sustain yourself, you're gonna need to kill some of those chickens. People don't like it. I don't want to talk about it, but that's a good move.
Hmm.
How she goes about it, she's a little eager. There's a gleam in her eye.
Yeah,
I
she looks like
think,
a psycho killer.
yeah, and to her credit, yeah, she instead of this also begs questions that we probably are not going to get into, but there's an interesting conversation to be had about the first time they kill a rooster and Alex and Steven are sobbing like it's of mice and men, like George is about to kill Lenny, and they're just like wringing its neck in like the most violent, drawn out, like scarring way. And Savannah's like, or we have this machete, we could just make it quick. Um,
They did the same thing.
no, no, they in that episode. I'm not going to go back and check it, but I could have sworn in the first episode they killed a chicken. Alex is just like you see him shaking and you don't see what's in his hands, and he like snaps its neck. There,
Okay, maybe. I don't know. That's too much for me.
but Savannah's just like Paul Bunyan's it. And I Sage is horrified,
Yeah.
and this I think maybe what really kicks off the Sage go after Shannon. She's the worst because several times people keep
Wait.
saying
You meet you
sorry,
meet
you're right.
Savannah.
Let me back it up. So Savannah chops the chicken, and I think this is what kicks off Sage hating Savannah more than she did previously, because other people at this point start to say how mean she is, and I think they got real freaked out by how much she wanted to kill the chicken.
Hmm.
Now, to
Hmm.
her credit, I'll say this before I back off and let you guys talk. She was at least willing to do it herself. It wasn't like she was like, let's kill this chicken. And then like the first time when they all wanted to kill a chicken, they're like, now you do it. She was like, well, I'll be the one to do it at least.
Yeah. Just one thing I have to call back a previous episode where you guys originally talked about the chickens.
Mm.
And I just want to say that I don't think that Mikey can be this league's chicken connoisseur. That would be this girl who watches all the chicken videos and read a chicken book. Just want to add that.
Mm.
And one thing I just want to let everyone know is these types of chickens that are egg-laying chickens are actually not great meat birds. So although they're on Survivor, any meat's good meat, I'll just have to say this meat is probably like super tough because
Mm.
meat birds and egg-laying chickens, which these are egg-laying, are different. So just, and even like roosters, not the greatest chicken meat. So they're not
So
eating high on the hog here.
so do
So
the
what's good chicken meat?
There's meat chickens, like a certain breed of chicken that are meant to be bred for meat eating, whereas
mm,
these
Hmm.
particular types are and roosters are not that.
mm.
Just a layer. But
Okay,
anyways,
good love a
Interesting.
layer.
and one thing I thought was funny at the end of this though is at the end they're all eating the chicken and Savannah's like pumping everyone up at the like bonfire. And
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting because then it just quickly turns on Savannah. But she's like trying, she's like, I don't remember exactly what she was saying,
Oh,
but
she said like there's a winner sitting among us at this
oh yeah.
fire.
She's like,
Yeah.
this is gonna be the voters and trying to like
Hmm.
be positive, but eh,
Mm.
Yee.
Yeep.
eh.
All
Um,
right.
Before we move on, I do want to cut to I have footage of Megan's reaction to Savannah killing a chicken this week.
Oh my God!
No, why? Why?
All right, and we're back. So, and I definitely didn't mess up awkwardly. So the next part is a challenge, but it's like a two-parter. There's a
And I'm talking
reward.
about it.
Yep, there's a reward part and an immunity part. And let's talk about the reward part first. So let's cut to the reward challenge intro, even though it only sort of applies here.
Don't
All
they
right, Bree,
merge
take it away.
first?
Yeah, well, Bree can talk about that.
Yes,
Bree, Bree, take it away.
I am here to talk about the challenge. So they arrive at the challenge mat. I don't know, whatever you
Coliseum.
call it. Yeah, whatever you call it. And Jeff does the official drop your buffs, right? So they're going to get their new buffs, even though they already knew, right? They knew this was coming, but this was like, that was the preemptive. So they all get handed out the new buff, and we were just trying to like figure out what color it was while they were unwrapping it. And it's black, and it's got some designs. It's got kind of like similar to what your background is, actually.
Well, this is the Survivor 49 background.
Oh,
Oh, that
So
makes
you
well,
could
sense.
say it's pretty similar.
it's
There's
pretty similar.
sharks on it though. They
And
just put them up online to buy. I just got Instagram like targeted ads. They have a shark on them.
Cool. They've got sharks on them, which
they have
is
sharks. That's cool.
it's good. It's good imagery with the whole thing that's happened the last couple of weeks with
Mhm.
Sage and what's her face.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
So,
should have put
and
the
and
little.
it's the immunity necklace has a shark on it.
oh yeah, shark teeth. Yeah. We
Hmm.
learned that the immunity necklace is shark teeth. That's great. And then we get into the two-parter, right? So the first part is that they're going to be in two teams of five, and they're going to have this obstacle course, and the outcome of that is going to be the merge feast. So not everyone's getting a merge feast, only the five that complete this obstacle first. And Sage's reward and I guess advantage here is that she's automatically moving on to get to go to the feast. Then the challenge transitions to the immunity part afterwards. But do we want to go through kind of some of the semantics of the initial obstacle course? I mean, we have two distinct teams. I think Pat, you called it out as soon as they showed who was on each team because the first team is the original, I guess blue or whatever. It was MC, Alex, Savannah, Joanne, and Christina. And then the yellow team is Yellow Segretti, as we're calling her, Rizzo, other Sophie, Nate, and Steven. So you called
Oh,
out immediately that the blue team was going to do better.
yeah, mostly because if you look at the lineups, uh, Segretti's team looks like they've been stranded on a beach for 14 weeks,
Yeah.
and the blue team has MC, and Jawan and Alex, who still have gone through the same thing, but are just stronger. I'll say this too. Apparently, I learned this on the On Fire podcast. They did like a schoolyard pick, which they used to do a lot of when they do challenges. They just
Yep.
have pull out two, which is always an opportunity for feelings to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a real
Wish they
shame
would've
we didn't
showed
get to
it.
see that.
I know. I wish I would have showed it.
Yeah, I would have loved that.
Because I would have loved, I assume MC was taken first. You'd have to assume. I would love to know Segretti's choice of taking Rizzo next instead of Alex or Jawan, just in terms of a strength standpoint. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about, unless Kyla has any feelings on the teams, let's talk about what the challenge is. Because I'm
No
really
feelings
excited
on
about
the
the
teams,
puzzle.
but just a comment that for some reason Jawan was very yelling about the color of the buff to Rizzo and very excited about the black, and I thought that was just hilarious, a little scene between them two. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he was like,
Yeah,
"It's black, Rizzo!" Like he was
they
very excited.
I assume they had some sort of conversation guessing that
Yeah,
just didn't make it into the show, but because it
it
wasn't
was
there,
cute.
it was weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, let's
All
go.
right.
So then we open up to these two teams digging this giant ball, like a 6 foot across ball out of the sand. And the blue team is taking some more time to dig it out than the yellow team. So the blue team actually gets moving first. The yellow team tries to push it, and initially the ball is just jammed. And then once they get going, they have to go in this like block style. I would say it's similar to Pac-Man, like esque situation. And when they're pushing the ball, there's giant barrels they have to go over. So they are losing momentum at multiple stages and then having to restart. They also have to bring the ball to a stop at one point and have people climb up and machete down tools or whatever they were getting. I don't know. They were
Shut
getting
down.
machete down some stuff.
Oh, they had to,
Natural,
yeah, they had to
They had to
untie, they
chop.
had to get a machete because then they
yeah,
had to use the machete to open like another part of the course
sure.
and then never again.
Anyways,
Yeah, that was
machete
interesting.
down. And we know naturally the MC is going to scramble up there because she's always the designee, get on top of things and get them down person. I don't
Because she's
remember who
tall.
did it for, yes.
I think it was Rizzo did it
I
for
think
the other
Rizzo
team.
started.
I think it was
Yeah.
Rizzo. Yeah. And then the teams come to the end of this obstacle course and they have the classic challenge of get everybody on top and over the ball onto another platform. So it's always interesting how they decide to do this, right? Because the first person who has to get up with no help on the other side. Then you have all the, duds, I would say, in the middle. And then the last person is also struggling because they have to get up with no help from the back end. So they just have to usually run and hoist themselves up. So at one point, when I think it wasn't
Nate?
Alex, it was when Rizzo jumped at the end
Okay, go ahead.
before I was so rudely interrupted by the free Zoom.
Okay, well, you wanted to do stretch and folds, and then we talked on Zoom, catching up for like 10 minutes as well.
Yeah, and there's more stretch and folds coming at you in 13 minutes. So when Rizzo jumps up, he's the last person on yellow to jump up. I think it was Steven helping him, but whoever's helping him, his arm almost ripped out of his socket. I don't know if anyone else caught that, but he was like, one-armed, and it looked pretty painful.
Yeah, because didn't Rizzo have his like full leg straight? Like he was like walking up the side, like using all the leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's kind of all I have to say about this first part. And then at the end of that, we have the winners being.
Well, hold on.
Sorry.
You skipped one of the most important parts.
I skipped the most important part. I'm sorry.
This is your first challenge description. It's okay.
So they get to the top of the platform and then they have to build their 3D puzzle.
No, we're still skipping parts. Hold on.
Oh no,
You
I'm
want
sorry.
let me tag in. I'll tag in and then I'll tag you back in.
Okay.
All right, popcorn.
I like
Patrick.
that idea.
I don't know what's happening.
So you're right. That's actually a good pickup. I don't remember Rizzo doing that until you said it, and I can kind of picture it. And it is always weird whoever they choose to like. Sometimes they choose the weakest person at the end, and they just like they're like, we'll help you up, but then they can't even jump up. But that's not the case for the blue team. So the blue team leaves Alex in last. They had MC go up first. That's not a shock. Although I would have thought they kept her for last and she could just shot put people up to the top of the wall.
Oh, okay. I see what's happening now. I see what I missed.
Yeah.
I
So,
didn't know what Thydios was,
oh, okay. Well,
but now I do.
so Alex back. So this is going to be our reward challenge gif of the week because this is a moment that happened in Bree and I both in unison went, whoa. Alex backs up and sprints up to the ball and he almost clears the whole thing. Like
Mhm.
he doesn't even they reach out to help him and he just kind of like doesn't even need the help. He just pushes himself up and we get the most so that's the reward challenge gift of the week. And the second thing that happens in that exact moment is that Jeff gives us the most clear, crisp, that's how you do it on Survivor ever. And I'd
It was a
like
good
to
one.
it was a
It
good
was a
one. Uh I'm not just gonna clip the audio. Let's clip the video in too. Let's relive the crispest that's how you do it on Survivor ever.
Juan and MC now gonna help Alex. Good job, Alex. Alex does it. That's how you do it on Survivor. All right, you got it.
All right, so on the theme of that's how you do it on Survivor, this challenge, we've had more that's how you do it on Survivors than ever in this challenge. Because, Bree, would you like to describe the puzzle?
Yes. So it's a 3D block puzzle, and we have two puzzlers per team. So on the yellow team, which is the Rizzo, Sophie times two, Nate and Steven team, I believe that the puzzlers were somebody popcorn. Who were the puzzlers?
It was
I think
Jawan.
it
Oh,
was
sorry.
I think it was Nate and Screddy. I
Okay.
think.
I
And
know
then,
it was another Sophie.
right.
No.
And
Smart.
then on the other team, it was Savannah and Joanne. Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
It sounds
I
right.
know it was Jawan. I don't remember if it was Savannah or not.
I don't
I
remember.
thought I had a thought in my brain of like unlikely duo for the puzzle. So
Mm,
that's why it comes to mind.
sure,
But in
sure.
this leg of the race, we see a switch in positioning, right? So we had the blue team doing much better in the first half. Yellow starts to do much better with puzzle pieces. It's not a blowout. It's not one of those the Rome and the Flame situations where he doesn't get a single piece. But we see the building of yellow slowly and surely. And they actually did a good job editing this because I didn't know who was going to win. I typically feel like I can guess pretty easily by how the music swells. But I was coming down to the last second and I did screech because I really wanted the blue team to win because I have Alex and Savannah on there. I'm sure as did all of you. And they did not win. It was the yellow team that won. So that team is going to proceed on to the second portion of this, which is the individual immunity challenge.
And I just want to say on the puzzle, when they start to figure out what the expression is, which is wild they don't, because Jeff says it all the time, and he literally just said it 2 minutes before this happened. They
Right.
all
Yeah.
start whispering it, and so we just get this moment of like Survivor becoming a little bit of a parody of itself, where everyone just, that's how you do it on Survivor, that's how you do it on Survivor, that's how you... It was
Mhm.
amazing. We've
Mhm.
never gotten
Mhm.
so we had it in written form, we had Jeff shouting it, we had it
Mhm.
in spoken word. It was great.
You got to
Spoken
give
word.
Blue Sophie her credit. She was the first one that
She
Mhm.
was.
uncovered it. And then Alex realized it because the other team was so far along and he was able to read it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
it did take them a little bit to get it, but Blue Sophie got it first.
This is
Good
true.
call out. Good call
Let's
out. We
give
love some credit where it's due. We love
Just
that.
saying.
And did we mention that Sage's advantage was that she had to skip all this and she just
Yes,
got the
I
merge?
said that. Hmm.
She did, and I meant to just comment on it. Finally, Christina can't sit out. I know she wasn't going to be able to this week anyways, but we just got to all
Yes.
comment on it.
She
Yeah.
was sitting out like it was her job. She should have been
Going,
getting
Any chance
unemployment.
she could
you know
get
what?
every other
Go
week.
going back to when they did the hunt for all the keys earlier. Did we ever see Christina even get a key and make it back to the chest once?
No, but that could have just been editing.
All right.
You know what I
Could
mean?
Sure. No,
have.
no, you're right. It's more fun to pretend that it's not true. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So that went really well. So let's run it back because there's immediately an immunity challenge. So Bree, would you like to describe the immunity challenge and then we'll talk about how it goes?
Yes. So our winners then proceed over to this immunity ring, which is Pat, you so nicely called out during the episode. It was on the side of the other challenge, and you could see it during the zoom out. And what they're doing is one of those you're standing somewhere and it's getting progressively more uncomfortable to be in that place. And while they are standing on that beam, it's getting smaller, but that's not the only part of the challenge. They are also balancing the ball on stick platform. You know, it's like a waiter holding a glass, but it's a ball. And I thought this was interesting because that is something we did at the Survivor Bar. That was one of the things that we
Oh,
participated in at the Survivor Bar. So
It
I have a
was,
new
and we were not
respect.
good at it. It was so much harder than you'd think it'd be.
Correct. It was not easy.
Spe
And
we did the one that's like the curved. I'll clip it in now because I don't
well,
think I put it in the last episode.
we also did the
Yeah.
flat one.
Oh yeah, you're right. We did the one where you're
for
carrying yeah,
for, for
you know what it was? You posted it in the group me.
yes, because I
And
watched it and
no
I
one
asked who won.
Vic won. Vic was by far better at the balancing ones. It wasn't even
Yes.
close. I
Mm.
was frustrated and disappointed, and then Bree also got knocked out early. Emily was fine at it, but Vic was the best at the balancing ones by far.
I did
So
much better on the flat one that had multiple balls like
Oh
this
yeah.
than I did the arc. I couldn't
Did
even
we show people
participate.
that or Justin,
the
you know what,
one where you
Jesse?
had to do like a
Yeah,
maze
it
to
was
get it
it was like
out,
in a
Bree
bird
won.
cage.
Not well,
Oh,
yes. But I'm talking about there was three. So there was the arc that we balanced on. Then
That
there
was
was like
hard.
a plate with multiple balls. And then there was the bird cage. I'm just saying I was better at in that progressive order. I was horrible at the arc. I was okay at the middle one, and then the last one I was
You
good at.
blew us out of the water in the bird cage thing.
for some of
But
us novice Survivor watchers, are these sort of challenges like do they repeat challenges? Like, is
mhm,
this a common
Yeah.
one that we've
mhm,
seen before?
And if they don't
yes.
Okay.
repeat them exactly, they repeat main elements of it.
So they can
Yep.
kind of practice if they know they're going on Survivor. Not maybe not the exact challenge,
A
but
lot of people do things like
Some
that,
skill
yeah.
okay.
sets are common. So I will say, Pat, edit in whichever challenges you want to edit in. I'll give you a spot.
Yeah, Bree. I had the thing backwards, so now I'm learning.
Get out of my way.
Victor, what the heck? Bree, let's go. Victor wants this, but he's coming from behind. Bree with the runaway. Woo!
Okay. And in this challenge, they have the beam they're standing on, they have the little hole with a ball. And as they go further in the beam and it's smaller, they also go further down on the pole. So it's more unstable. So you've got Sage, you've got Steven, Nate, both Sophie's, and Rizzo up here to balance. Now, when they start, well, I guess this is where this is the challenge, so we're gonna start discussing it. Do we know? I think was Rizzo out first?
First.
Yeah, so it goes in 5-minute rounds, and then
Mm-hmm.
when they're at like the thinnest. Oh, and the beam is angled too. I don't know if we said that, but the beam is at like a 30-degree angle. So it's not like you're
Mhm.
standing on a flat beam. And apparently it's super hot because people were like commenting on
Yeah.
how hot their feet were. It's 5-minute rounds. Rizzo gets out in round one, and then Jeff gives them a second to regain their balance. They step down to a thinner part. They go up in the pole, and then Sage, followed by Nate, followed by Belardi or Sophie
Mhm.
B, or
Mhm.
Blue Soph, however you want to talk about it. All go out in round two, which just leaves Steven and Segretti in the final round. And the final round is just going to be get up there until you fall.
But I have to say, they all in after Rizzo, he was bad. The rest of them
Bad.
actually looked pretty
Yeah,
good. Like they
for
all had
sure.
moments of weakness, but then pulled it back together. But when we got down to Steven and Segretti, I thought my boy Steven was gonna pull it out. I really had faith in him, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So Pat
So
prevailed.
where are the Segretti haters now? Because for weeks, including myself, we've been saying she has barely been in the episode, if at all. But you know
This
what?
is her
Here she
epi.
is, the first individual immunity win of the season, uh, putting her immediately in the conversation of, hey, there's a
Mhm.
lot of challenges left. What's Bree? Do you know offhand what's the record for most individual challenges wins in a season? I feel like it's
Oh
5.
goodness. I was gonna say,
And for I don't know if the women's is the same. I think there
it's
are maybe
not. The women's is less. I
I
think the
I
women's
think it's
is
4.
four, and
I
I
think
think the
there's
men might be six.
I don't remember, but regardless, I think there's like 5 women that have tied the record.
Hmm.
We obviously have no idea what's going to happen, but she's already on the board. So that's going to be our first challenge gift of the week, even though we had a reward challenge gift of the week. Uh,
Oh, you're right. It's five.
it is 5. Okay, great.
Yep. And there's one, two, three, four, five, 6 men who have gotten that award. And for women, it's four. And there's one, two, three, four, five.
So she's on the board. She could top that. We'll see. She sticks around or fades back into the background of the episodes. But as our
Well,
first individual immunity winner, that is the gift of the week. Um, I'll note, and this would be great for me because I have her. Kyle last season won the first individual immunity award and ended up winning the game.
mhm,
Now they're not really playing the game anything alike,
Mm-mm.
and
mhm,
it doesn't mean
mhm,
anything,
mhm,
but
mhm.
I'm just gonna say it. I also wrote down that MC, if she was able to do this, probably would have cleaned up. I feel.
You really like MC.
I mean, do you not like MC? She's a challenge
I
beast.
don't really have a strong opinion on her.
I'm not talking about socially. I'm just talking about physically in the challenge. I,
Yeah,
She's physically very strong. She's
yeah.
socially a little bit more weak, in my opinion,
sure,
because she's not creating the right bonds. But
I
she's
don't have
also
her,
laying under the.
so
Yeah, no,
I don't have
I don't
her.
either. I think it's great to have her because she lays under the radar. But where it could hurt her is when those bonds come into play.
Yep.
Well, before we
I,
move
Um,
into the next topic, just a note on
yeah.
her Sangretti winning this saved her butt, right? Because
Yes.
she was going to be the
Well,
target.
it
They were
did.
all going to vote for her
Well, it didn't.
as
It
the
didn't
target,
because
right?
remember, we'll talk about this next because they're gonna start to scramble. But in when they originally earlier where they were like, we're gonna target Segretti, they
Yeah.
didn't really have the numbers they thought because Juwan and Sage and Alex were all like, actually, we're secretly not gonna vote with you.
Right, right. But even to like it completely changed their voting strategy, that
Yes,
portion of the team. It
that's
had to.
fair. Now, Brianna has raised her hand for the people listening.
Oh yeah,
yes,
why'd you pop to the top?
I raised my hand. Um, it's time for stretch and folds.
All right.
All right,
So
Well,
you
bring
guys
the
can
chickens
you
back.
time that to the bit being done. All right, so the chickens are gonna stand in breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And whatever the 2 that are alive on the island that Savannah didn't kill, they're going to join us.
I'll be back in 2 to 4 minutes.
Because now it's time to talk about the Scrambo, which again, for people that don't watch this or listen, although if you didn't watch that episode, you're not watching this one. I meant to say Scramble, and I said Scramble and Rizzo at the same time. So now we're calling it Scrambo. Uh, is this me? Did I say I would do this part?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the scramble, there's a lot to talk about and nothing to talk about because it gets so messy that it's kind of just like, this is great to watch, but hard to describe. So uh, half of them go to the feast, and Sage is just weird. She's so weird for no reason. It's not even worth talking about. It was just uncomfortable to watch. They don't talk about strategy at the feast. It's kind of a whatever segment. While that's happening, MC goes to find her. Oh, we didn't say this earlier. So MC, in a continuation.
I have something to say. But
Okay,
I'm muted on my side.
I know, but you're not muted on this.
Oh,
So go ahead.
okay. I was very upset that they didn't talk about what the merge feast was.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's always a pivotal. I can't do this with my headphones in. Okay, it's always a pivotal part of the episode, and I just think it's very odd that they didn't show it or
They showed it.
highlight. No, they didn't show the food.
Well, it was in the scene though.
Well, usually they highlight the camaraderie at the merge feast, and I really had big feelings that it was going to be a barbecue. So that's all.
You know why they didn't show the camaraderie? Because Sage was there, and it's really hard to comrade with her.
Fair. And that's really what I had to say, and I'll put my headphones back in now.
Okay. Now I gotta find the magic spot where there's not an echo. All right. So earlier in the episode, MC gave us a continuation of the segment I'm calling exposition that the producers forgot to include in the episode before it, where she reveals yet again that because she had that beware advantage, she's just gonna get a clue now after the first individual immunity challenge. Um, I don't know how long that freaking paper was, but every week they pull out a new paragraph where they're like, and it also said this, which is good because I had questions and now they're answered. But I was like, they're talking about it like we all knew what was going on. It's like that's new information to us. So MC goes off to find this idol, and I learned a couple hours ago actually from Savannah did a TikTok that Savannah finds her and they have an unbelievably uncomfortable standoff. Savannah found her because she has said online since the episode aired that she figured that someone on the other group had a beware. And she was like, well, last time it told us that there would be a clue after the challenge at the water well. So she just went to the water well, assuming she was going to beat whoever there, dig up their clue, and just steal it from them. So that's when she happened across MC. So she wasn't just walking in the woods like without a plan, because there's this uncomfortable standoff. I don't know if you have thoughts on it, besides it was weird. And it was kind of like, what is either of you doing? That's what she was doing. She was trying to steal an idol. Because
It
MC is
was
like,
intense.
but it also amounted to like nothing.
Honestly, it did, but Savannah just like seemed like a crazy ex trying to beg a lover back. Like
Sure.
she's like, I don't even like those boys. I'm not even friends with them. The women need to stick together. Like that, it was for her to
It
try
was
and pretend that her and Rizzo aren't as close as they are is wild, I think.
That's
Like a
fair.
wild move.
That's fair. The other
Coming
thing I
from a
wrote about,
Savannah fan.
yeah, that's fair. The other thing I wrote about this is that does it feel like these beware advantages are getting easier and easier?
I don't have much to compare them to. Do you mean
So
throughout the season or throughout
just
the
throughout time.
seasons?
So a couple seasons ago, there was this one where you had to like take apart your boat, your team's boat to find something in the
Oh my
boat.
gosh.
And then there was one where Sue famously had to cut down a coconut, but when the coconut fell, it exploded like a gallon of red paint everywhere. And so she was literally covered red-handed in paint and had to explain it. And it was like so much. It sounds not that intense, but you watch it and you're like, that was actually extremely difficult to explain away. And then to start the season, they had one that was like, I mean, it was not that hard because Jake was there, but you had to just carry like a heavy object and then look for like a box. And then we get Rizzo's, and Rizzo doesn't even have to carry anything. He just goes behind this rock and you find it not even buried in the water. And
Right.
this one is just like, I don't know, here's some keys. You have 4
Yeah.
hours to try 50 keys. Like, that's not that hard.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They used to be a lot harder, and people were like scaling rock walls, and like you said, there was a lot of more potential. Like the one that Rachel had to cut out of the shelter. There's a lot more potential for people to find you and be front and center.
Now I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
Kyla, do you want to tell her or should I? But we had some audio issues, but we're back. So we were talking about how much easier the beware advantages have gotten.
And then everybody at this point starts to transition into who we're gonna vote out this week, right?
Yes.
That's where we're headed.
That's where, yeah. Go ahead.
So everybody's breaking up on the beach and starting to have individual conversations. We get bottoms up realigning and talking to one another. And we get the old Uli tribe. Is that the red tribe? We get the old Uli tribe reconnecting to ensure that they're going to be voting out someone from prior, whatever, the other two
Well,
tribes.
yeah, so that was when they were originally going after Yellow Soph, right? But now
Yes.
they
But
have to
then they
change
had to
their tune.
switch, and then it became
Steven,
Steven. Yeah, because
he's stronger.
is known to have this a reward, and Christina's a dud.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Steven becomes the target. I'm nervous. He's my guy.
The bottoms
And
up's got you, girl.
the bottoms up got me. So yeah, I mean, I guess it was just a matter of people talking to their different alliances at this point.
Yeah, it got kind of ugly just because everyone is trying to convince the Alliance to do a different like we talk about the majority now. We talked about like the fake majority that thinks they have the majority that doesn't target Steven. But then the other group is like, let's get Nate, no, let's get Savannah, let's get Rizzo, because Juwan and Sage are gonna backstab their old teammates. And they
Mhm,
correctly are like, listen, we can only do this move once successfully. So
mhm.
let's take out, and I wasn't a fan of this because I have Savannah, but taking a step back from the game, if I'm forced to be unbiased or whatever, um, that was a smart. They should have taken out her, but
I agree.
uh,
Or Rizzo.
or Rizzo. We'll get to who gets taken out in a second, but I want to make sure we talk about this before we get to tribal. Um, when they join beaches, they get to bring all the material, so they end up with multiple pots, multiple machetes, multiple flints. All like the hammocks come, and that's relevant because right before they say we're going to tribal, the editors were kind enough to give us a moment where Christina's hammock collapses.
She was on it with somebody else, right?
No,
Yeah,
it happened at the moment, but the moment it happens is when Alex is talking about wait, is it Alex? Someone was talking about her and how there it was Steven. Steven was saying, obviously I'm a greater threat, and then you see her fall in the hammock. It was really good editing, actually. Good editing.
Mm,
It was a great moment of levity when everyone has been running around trying to backstab each other.
mm,
True. Yeah.
mhm,
Another thing that I thought was just going back to the Jawan thing, terrible acting when they were talking about voting for Steven. And he's like, yeah, I know he had my back, but I'll vote for him. I thought he was going to blow the cover yet again. I really
mhm.
think that, like you said, Pat, this was really their only opportunity, and Jawan would have ruined it if they ever have another opportunity. That guy just
Mhm.
cannot lie well at all, I don't think.
I
So,
agree. All right. So shall we move on and we can finish talking about the episode and then get to the more fun uh league stuff?
sure.
All right, let's go to tribal. All right, Kyla, would you be so kind as to take us through tribal?
Sure. So, we're in tribal, and there is quite a few different conversations going on in the background, and specifically Jawan wants to share with Jeff yet again that he feels like he's comparing this to a scary movie.
Mhm,
Classic, another
mhm,
classic.
mhm,
And then, of course, which I didn't expect Rizzo to do this at all. His share is, "Hey, I have an idol and I'm playing it."
mhm.
And I thought, "Oh shoot, he really is going to play his idol." I didn't even think Rizzo was lying about this, but um, he doesn't play his idol.
Bluff.
Uh,
I wasn't
total
sure
bluff.
either. Bree knew he was bluffing. You said to me when we were watching, you're
Really?
like, he's bluffing.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, I don't know.
I could
Yeah,
tell he was bluffing, but I thought it was an interesting play. I mean, everyone knows he is the idol, and everyone knows that as it stands right now, his alliance is in charge. So it was kind of a cocky thing to do.
Yeah, and we also didn't know for sure what the other team was going to do, right? We didn't know whether
Mm,
they were going to go for the Nate option or go for Savannah, and that Rizzo might play it for Savannah. So I really didn't know if he was considering it. So that was interesting. And then basically,
Can I talk about MC shirt real
of
quick? Can I
course, go for
interject?
it.
Because I noticed this, and this may be nothing, but as we all know, or may have picked up without realizing it, they all wear clothes for their original tribe.
Hmm.
Uh, which means that Jason and MC, RIP Jason, not in real life,
Mm-hmm.
just on the show,
Hmm.
they were alternates, so they would have had to bring out a set of clothes for every tribe. And I happened to notice, this is probably nothing, the MC shirt had all of the tribe colors on it. It was like a button
Oh,
down that had like red here and like a
Hmm.
yellow swatch, and this was it had some green on it too, but it had all of the original tribes. And I was like, I wonder if she brought that as like a little fun, because she literally could be on any one of those. Anyway, we'll see if she wears it again. Maybe it's nothing. That's all I had to say about that.
that's interesting. I didn't notice that at all. Um, so I don't know if there's anything else to say about this, but we go on to find out that the vote is, what's the numbers, Pat? You're gonna have to tell me.
Ends up being
6 to Nate,
7-4. I think it's
Yeah, because the
seven.
two flipped, right?
and it was an obvious who had flipped
Wait,
And
I
you
in the
have
can
it
end,
here because
right?
see
I have the points. Hold on. It's
you
one,
you
two,
can
three,
see
4, 5, 6, 7.
you can see Savannah and Rizzo doing the math in their head as the votes are being read, that
Immediately.
they're like, wait, which is indicative of a good player, I would say.
Yep.
And it means that next week, I don't know if it'll work. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I think her, Sophie B, and Rizzo, her being Savannah, are gonna at least try to do something really interesting next week
Hmm.
because they're pissed. And we're
Hmm.
getting into peak old school, everyone hates each other, spiteful Survivor.
Hmm.
Last season was let's see how it shakes out, and this season is like oops, all blindsides. It's just
Hmm.
nonstop. Let's backstab each other. It's awesome.
Hmm. Hmm.
As Rizzo said, blood will be drawn. And it
Mm,
was.
it is true. Um, does anyone have anything to say before we get into scoring plays?
No, let's go for it.
No.
All right, scoring plays. All right, your scoring plays for the week. Everyone in this episode, including Nate, who was voted out, gets points for earning the merge. Now, if you're new to this league, you will learn probably now for the first time that you only get these points once, but they all earned the merge this week, so they all got merge points. And we also realized after the episode, at least Bree and I, that Nate is the first member of the jury, the group that keeps coming back and votes for the winner at the end. So everyone has made the jury as well, so they get a point for that. Again, just you get 1 point. Because at this point, if you get voted out, you're automatically on. There have been seasons where they do a merge and you don't all make the merge and then you don't make the jury until there's like a few you have left. But because of Jake's evacuation, that's how it works out. So everyone gets merge points, everyone gets jury points. MC, Sage, Juwan, Steven, Christina, Segretti, and Alex all get points for voting with the majority. They were included in the plan. Segretti gets points for winning an individual immunity challenge,
Hmm.
and the merge feast points, or the reward points for the merge feast go to Sage, who earned it via advantage. Segretti, Nate, Belardi, Rizzo, and Steven. What else do we have? This is a high scoring week. Um,
Ooh.
Sage earned an individual challenge advantage, which we actually did already have a category for. I didn't need to make that up. It never happens, but we were prepared. Thank God. MC gets points finally for completing her Beware advantage. As mentioned, she has a very uncomfortable conversation with Savannah,
Hmm.
and she plays the idol, so she also gets points for playing the idol. Now, she does not get points for playing a secret idol because everyone knew about it. That would have been a bonus point in addition to playing it. And she loses a point from the idol play because she did not need to. She received no votes.
Mm.
I
Mm.
said votes weird there. Um, that being said, it's that action's still worth a lot of points. So, there's worse
Hmm.
ways
Hmm.
to go.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's your scoring plays. League standings time. All right, season standings. So I like doing it this way last week. We're gonna do it this way again. We're gonna do the bottom half first. So the bottom half is going on the screen now. And we will start from the bottom once again with Eric. Once again, starting to catch up though, doing better than he used to. Eric with 74 points is in last place. Ahead of him is Connor in 25th. Brenna is in 24th. V is in 23rd. Then we get a tie in points in the 21st spot between both Emilys. We have an Emily tie, but Emily E comes in 21st because she is more consistent than Emily W. Then we also get a tie between Vic and Brian in points at 103, but Vic has been more consistent than Brian, so Vic gets the 19th spot. Kelsey is in 18th. Greg, Smith, and Kyla all tied for 15th. But Kyla has the lowest consistency score. You are the most consistent of those three. So you are in 15th. Smith is in 16th because his is slightly worse than yours. And Greg, previously, we'll get to this in a second, but previously the most consistent person in the league, not true anymore. Greg is in 17th. And then Anne rounds out the bottom half of the league in 14th. Thoughts from Kyla?
I just felt like I should be higher, but it's okay. Just like my
Well,
people are doing so good. They're kicking butt.
I
They're
think you
bringing
were lower.
plays.
You were lower, I think. I'll say this.
Yeah.
You're gonna like what happens later in the awards. All right. So let's talk about the top half. So the top half is here it is Christina in 13th. Megan climbing out of the basement is in 12th. Bree, our own Bree, is in 11th. 1 point behind your mom, Sharon. Thoughts on that, Bree?
No, I dropped a lot this week because I didn't have a lot of scoring plays, and so no surprise to me where I sit.
Mikey is in 9th. Nora is in 8th. And then we have another tie between myself and my mother. So we have a Skerker family bloodbath here. I have a better consistency score. So I'm in 6th and my mom is in 7th. Faith dropped from 2nd to 5th. And we'll talk about that later, I'm sure. Matt is in 4th. Mulcahy is in 3rd, hanging on. Scott is in 2nd, and Brad maintains his spot at the top at 1st.
Back at the top. Brad is always at the top.
And your dad, too. Your dad was 3rd last year. He's 2nd
I
right now.
know. I know. These
What the
people, they're
heck?
good scores. They keep doing good.
Who do they have?
They definitely
Everybody.
both have MC,
Mm,
who big
Pat's
week for
girl.
MC this week. I wish.
Big week from MC. Can I do the
Yeah, but so that's in case I haven't capped it off, that's the season leaderboards. And all right, we're out. So I'll say this. Of the teams in the league, there's 26 teams, 10 people are down to only 2 players. Now you might say to yourself, not to get too far ahead, I'll just tease it. You might say to yourself, only 7 people had Nate, so how are 10 people down to 2 players?
don't ruin my
Well, I'll let
things.
Bree explain that later. But those people include Scott, who's in 2nd, Faith, who's in 5th, Meg, who is in 12th, and Sharon. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 people in the top half of the league that are already down to 2 people. So I feel there may be a lot of changing coming up soon, depending on what shakes out.
I think we
All
should
right,
get
let's-
extra points if all our people make it to the merge.
All right,
I
who
mean,
are
like
you,
our
Greg?
whole tribe.
You, Greg?
I just want extra points.
All right, weekly awards time. It's the weekly awards.
Weekly awards.
All right, so Bree, do you want to take us through the weekly awards?
Yes, I would
Just
love
say
to.
the award title and then pause for a second so I have a clean clip.
Okay, we're going to start off with the have the numbers.
All right.
All right. So with the Have the Numbers award, we have Megan, Matt, Scott, Brad, Mulcahy, and Heidi all scoring. Nope, not all of them. Sorry.
I
I
knew
had a
I saw
feeling
it
that was
happening and I was gonna let it go.
Me
I
too,
saw it
Pat.
happen.
Me too. Me too. It's
Okay.
okay.
We
We're all
have
looking at
cute.
the same Google Doc, by the way. We have the
Yes.
shared notes today.
We have Megan and Matt, the Calabrese connection, have scored 36 points this week at the higher scoring tribe members. And then Scott, Brad, Mulcahy, and Heidi all scored 33 points this week. And let me just say, that's a hefty week of scoring.
That's a
33,
big.
36 points.
Now, I'll say this too. Remember from last season, we scaled up kind of the rubric we were using and rebalanced some things. So we can't necessarily compare this to last season because last season the top play was like 7 points or something like that, and this year it's much higher. But you're right.
Fair
That's
enough.
a lot of scoring.
It's a lot of points. And then at the bottom of the tribe, we have the lowest scoring episode players of the week. So kicking that off strong is Kyla, Vic, and Emily W. with 19 points each for the bottom of the tribe.
I know exactly why I'm there. Two of my people were on the wrong side of that vote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this again, although I just said that we can't compare this season to last season. Those are the highest bottom of the tribe scores we've seen.
It's still a hefty score.
It's still hefty scores because we had the merge, we had to make the jury, we had a lot of things
Everything's
going
individual now,
Yeah.
so everything's worth more. Yeah.
Big episode.
Big episode. Moving over though, Kyla, you have something to look forward to because you are now the most consistent player. With the Dirty Self Alliance at 0.20 for your coefficiency variance?
Yes. Hold on. Let's get that clean.
Beautiful.
Most consistent.
Sorry.
All right. Now do least consistent, and we're gonna have to start over again
Why?
because it's gonna
The
kick us out.
Zoom.
Oh,
Quick.
okay. The least consistent tribe was Eric with a CV of 0.60. Sorry, Eric.
Note that Greg dropped off a cliff in his consistency rating this week. Kyla and Bree are actually number 1 and number 2 respectively. Kyla, you're only beating Bree by 5/1000th of a point for consistency.
Ooh.
Wow. What a small margin.
But
Can't
I'm
wait to-
consistently in the mid pack, so breathe.
Yeah.
Same.
All right, let's get out.
Yeah, it's getting long.
This will be fun to edit next time. All right, go ahead, Bree.
All right, so wrapping up the awards, we're gonna do the Taking Your Flint. And that award goes to Vic because he dropped 7 points in the leaderboard this week. I'm sorry, Vic. Heart goes out to you.
Second week in a row.
And then the Hardy, that's how you do it on Survivor.
Does it? That's how you do it on Survivor.
Let's go!
Goes to Megan because she climbed 9 spots. So hats off, Megan.
Let's all clap for Megan for a second.
Okay, that was fun.
All right, that comes to our next segment. We have 2 segments left. And this is my favorite one, Bree's Superlatives.
Woo!
Go ahead, Bree.
So there is only one superlative this week because there was not enough activity in the group chat and in the overall SFI league. So if you want a superlative,
So we have to step it up.
you got to step it up, people. I
Do
need some
something
things to work
either
with.
worth talking about or at least more embarrassing.
I've had no material this week, but one thing I do have is the Too Little Too Late award, or as Kyla noticed that when I typed it, the Too Late award, which is going to Faith, Emily, and Vic because both of these, all 3 of these people forgot to pick a new tribe member before the episode started this week, and therefore they started the episode with 2 people, and that's just not a place to be. So, a
So suck it,
little too
Greg,
late.
who harassed me both in the group chat and in our individual text um, about what we were going to do because, in theory, we were going to have to enact an emergency procedure if all three of them remembered to pick. We didn't have enough spots, but it doesn't matter because enough people forgot, so it was fine. I'll also
Cool.
say, while I'm airing out my dirty laundry, which leads me into actually, let's do it now. Let's play a game real quick because there's not been enough slander in the group chat. Our logo says outwit, outscore, trash talk. There's not been enough trash talk. So I'd like to play a game called It's Not Me, It's You.
It's a great experience, you guys. No stress. No stress at all. I love you guys.
I'm gonna give you a handshake because I want the hug to be genuine, and I don't think I can give that to you right now. But
okay.
I look forward to hugging you in the future.
I love you
okay?
too. I love you.
Take care.
I'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you, guys.
This is a game inspired by last week when Sage refused to shake Shannon's hand and gave her a hearty, I don't like you. Get out of here. Where I am going to force both of you, and I'll do it too, to give me 2 to 3 people in the league. You'd like to, it's not you, or it's not me, it's you, where you have some sort of vendetta. It could be strictly about the game. You could choose someone at random because I didn't tell you were doing this before we started. Or, and this would be great if you had like a real personal thing with them and I could use it for content for my own benefit. So
I'm going to tell you right
now
that it's not going to be a real personal thing because I do like everybody in the league, but
And I don't even know half of them.
so it's going to be about the game.
We did this
or
the very first episode. I played that game with Pat and Greg about sending people to the sanctuary or to fire making, and everyone that got sent to fire making got real mad at them, and I got to receive like hate mail for them, and it was awesome. So I'm trying to hope that happens again. So
what
I'll go
does
first.
It's not me, it's you mean?
Just like I hate you. Like I'm not the problem, you're the problem. So I'll kick it off. I'll give you one, and then you can give me one each because this is getting long. But it's not me, it's you, Greg. Greg, you were all up in arms about what the emergency procedure was going to be and how are you going to handle enough spots for everyone in the league. And 1, it didn't matter because 3 people forgot to pick. And 2, I texted you about this exact issue in maybe the second week of September, and you didn't respond. You left me on red. I texted you, I texted Kelsey, and I texted Nora and Bree in our little off-season group chat. And Bree was the only person that responded. So Bree and I handled it. Stop complaining. I hate you.
Oh my God.
It's not me. It's you, Greg. So something like that.
Okay. Well, I have 2.
Something like
You
that.
thought of that so quick.
Okay, I have 2. My first one is for Brad because Brad keeps winning. I've already started this rant earlier in the episode, so might as well keep it going. Brad's always winning, and he's not a part of anything. He just picks great people and then does no effort. So pissed at you, Brad, for winning all the time and being so good at this game. So
Wait, it's not me, it's you, Brad.
It's not me. It's you, and you're good players, and I'm pissed about it. And then my other, it's not me, it's you.
This is going so great.
Is to people, I don't know who you are, but they were called out a few weeks ago. Anyone who has the same team as another person and you're below that person. I know one example was Emily and Vic had the same people, and I think
it was Ann and
Ann?
Christina, but they picked different people. So
okay, well,
now,
anyone who has
I'll say this though, because people have been lost. I don't know what the status is anymore.
Okay, well, let me just say my piece.
But it's
if you have the
Emily
same
W.
If you have the same people as someone else and you're lower than them on the leaderboard, it's not me, it's you, because you're not going anywhere because you're already behind someone and you're not going to win. So that's you. Chalk it up for a loss and hit the road.
Oh, that's so good. All right, Kyla, top that. I'll try to
Okay,
think of
mine's
one
not
more.
going to be as good, but I'm going to call back to something I brought up earlier in the not the festival, the episode,
Festivity.
where I mentioned Mikey trying to take my crown around chickens. I think there was some mention of a Mikey's foul segment.
takes.
And here's the second, it's not me, it's
Oh,
you,
wait,
Mikey.
hold on.
But it's also, it's not me, it's you, Bree. You know I love chickens. And why didn't you cut in and say, we should get Kyla in here?
Oh,
She has a
wait.
chicken
Oh,
book.
this is so good. Because you know what's even gonna make you more mad, Kyla, is he committed to doing a segment. And we're gonna have 3 field reports last week, and then he texted me on like Thursday morning and was like, "When do you need this by?" And Megan and I both said we're recording Friday afternoon or Saturday, whatever it was. And he was like, "Okay, cool, I got it." And then I didn't hear from him again. And then I texted him as we were starting recording. I cut most of it out of the episode, but if you listen last week, there's Megan says something during a cut, and it's like, well, he's out of here then. And it's in response to Mikey being like, oh, I forgot. So he
Mikey's
verified
foul
and then
facts.
forgot. Yeah.
It's not
So-
me, it's you, Mikey. You also didn't follow through.
Love it.
And I also asked my mom to if she couldn't do a Sage bit to contribute to this, and she said, well, I don't want to trash talk. She specifically said, I'm not going to trash talk Scott and Sharon. I was like, all right, well, I didn't ask you to.
Oh.
But I was like, anyone. I said anyone in
She's
the
like,
league. I was
those
like,
are
there's
their
other
only
people in the
targets.
league. Yeah.
She's like, I have to look amongst the other elders.
You actually
Who can I
came up
take
with,
down?
you named them first. I didn't name them. You named them. So it sounds like you have something. And I was like, well, you can do me or Mulcahy. And she was like, I'll have to think about it. And then never got back to me. So you know what, Mom? It's not me. It's you. I'm glad you're behind me in the rankings.
Oh.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we get some hate mail. It's time for confessionals and then close. So who wants to go first? What are your last thoughts before we stop recording?
I will go. I just started to think about this. So my hot take of the week is it's clear. We have there's a line in the sand now, right? You have your 2 alliances. Now, unfortunately for me, and as well as many of you, our people are on different sides of the line. So we got to see how this shakes out. And personally, for me, I have 2 people in the bottoms up. I'm just going to call it the bottoms up team now because it's everyone. I've got 2 people on bottoms up. So unfortunately, I think I do need to root against the Savannah group right now, and hope that the 2 boys come up on top. And I'd love to see how this individual game goes because there's been a lot of people riding the coattails of others. So I'm ready to see how people play on their own.
All right. Kyla?
Okay. I really don't have a ton to add, but unfortunately mine's pretty similar to what you said, Bree, but 2 of my people are in cahoots together. Rizzo and Savannah, everyone hates. And then, so I just need one of them to maybe get immunity next week, I'm thinking, because otherwise my tribe is going down. My 3 people that I've had since the beginning of the game, I want to keep them for longer. So we'll see how it plays out. But I'm not feeling very hopeful about that Rizzo Savannah part of my team. Someone's going to go.
All right. I guess mine is that I agree with Bree and Kyla that having people on opposite sides of the struggle is hard because as we're watching, it's hard to know who to root for. It makes it although it does make it very tense and exciting because you're like, so much is happening. However, from a point standpoint, isn't it kind of nice that we have people on opposite sides? Because it's like, no matter what, at least like, it's not like we have, the bottom 3 and we're going to get taken out in one foul swoop here. Like,
one foul swoop?
Except if you're me, when 2 of your people are on the opposite side and then you have other people in the league with all 3 other people on the side that voted together.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, I'm assuming that it's not going to be as straightforward the next few weeks as take out Sophie.
As we think it would be. There's going to be swippity swappities.
I would be disappointed if it is.
Switchy
So,
swoochies.
knowing there's going to be shots taken at both sides, having people on both sides is kind of like, all right, well, at least I'm going to get something out of the episode, presumably.
Look at you, glass half full.
Unless,
we love to see it.
We come back next week and I lose my flint and I don't have the numbers and I don't know.
Get hit by a car?
Then to Exile Island, yeah. I get Jeremiah to get hit by a car. And
Step
then
on a
by
Lego.
a snake or step on a leg. That's a real...
I don't know. I was just throwing out shitty stuff.
I was referencing things that happen to Survivor players. You're just referencing things that can happen to me in real life. You know what, Kyla? It's not me, it's you. All right. Well, this has been the League of Spoken. I'll edit this tomorrow. I have my work cut out for me.
Yeah, no.
All right, trying to dictionary here.
Good season so far. Let's see how it works out.